Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Wednesday version of Scoreboard, your morning report. Yes, good morning, folks. It's the number for today is still 1, and the word for today is put away the brooms. So let's get right to the scores in the action in the hockey world last night. Not necessarily action, but transactions. Ottawa Senators have reassigned goaltender Dylan Ferguson back to Belleville, and the subway ride, on paper at least, for the Maple Leafs is Joseph Wool back to the Marlies. A full-time job, I think, in the NHL just doing these transactions. Well, that's it. NHL action last night. Not transaction, but actions. There we go. Last night, Pittsburgh 4 at Detroit 7. Thank you, John McCauley and the Detroit Red Wings. It helped Detroit's cause and anybody else who's in that race for that wild card spot with that win over Pittsburgh. Elsewhere, Rangers 6-3 over Columbus. Philadelphia 3-2 over the Canadiens. Nashville 2-1 over Boston, one of their rare losses. Tampa Bay 4, Carolina 0, overtime. St. Louis 6, Vancouver 5, Dallas 4, Chicago 1, Calgary 2, Los Angeles Kings 1, Edmonton 7. I watched part of that game at Vegas 4. That was a lot of back and forth. One team would score, then the other, and then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And San Jose over Winnipeg 3-0. NHL action tonight. Back in Toronto, Florida at Toronto. Islanders are at Washington, and Minnesota at Colorado. The season's winding down. I think the Leafs still have a 5-point lead over Tampa Bay. So let's look elsewhere, see what we have. In the queue, no action yet. Starts Friday, Cape Breton and Halifax. That's our man, Evan Boucher, in that series. In the Ontario counterpart, Gavin White now starts his journey for his second trip to the Memorial Cup as the playoffs for his Peterborough Petes open with Sudbury playing, in Peterborough both Thursday and Friday. That's your OHL action. BC, Salmon Arm Silverbacks start their playoff series. They're playing against Prince George Friday and Saturday. And now to the less illuminating part, less happy part of this report. Last night, Navan 2, Brockville 1, Smith Falls 3-0 over Carleton Place, and Renfrew 4-2 over Hawkesbury. CCHL playoff action continues tonight. The Cornwall and Ottawa series resumes with Cornwall being in Ottawa. And Smith Falls is making that 15-minute trip north to play Carleton Place back-to-back. They're playing in Carleton Place tonight. Thursday, Renfrew Wolves are making the trip down to Hawkesbury. Not sure how... If I have these guys, I don't know if I got these graphics. Yes, I did. This is the Bogart Cup update, so you can see no action in the top pairing. Braves now lead their series 3-1. Bears ahead of Carleton Place 2-1. And the Renfrew Wolves ahead of the Hawkesbury Hawks 2-1. I think I have one more graphic that I can include here, and here's all 4 series with the current updates and scores. And I just read to you the leader, so we know how that stands. Um, oh, I forgot to include. I did have a graphic from the scoring from last night. Well, the grads, Nicholas Pione, who was chosen, I think he was third star, scored in the first period from Crate and Donahue. That was a shot from well out at the blue line. Then Blake Butler, with assists from Daddario and Blake Hall, scored in the second period. And then Marcus Pitak, who scored his first goal, not only of the playoffs, but in the CCHL. I remember he was with the Tikis primarily through most of the season, with assists from the blue line core of Josh Cole and Ty Henry. That series will resume on Friday night in Navan. A sixth game, if necessary, will be back in Brockville Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So hopefully I don't see you Sunday night. And that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with your morning report.